it would be pretty easy as a person who like cares about clean energy, cares about the environment, to be pretty disappointed with the Trump administration, both the first term and the first year of the second term, and think like, oh, there's an opportunity cost to not like increasing funding for these things. Like, why can't you be helping that? But it's actually worse than that. They're not just not helping, they're actively waging war on a lot of these technologies. The Trump administration is now facing widespread reporting that they are using supposed concerns about national security to do a clampdown on wind farms. And not a little bit. Approvals for about 165 different onshore wind projects on private land are being stalled by the DOD. These are supposed to be like, just like final reviews, you sign off on it. And that's what they're doing, but they're going even beyond that. In the past 6 weeks, the Trump administration has moved to spend nearly $2 billion reimbursing energy companies for abandoning plans to do offshore wind farms. We're spending money so that we don't build this energy.
That's right.
And Chuck, the wind farms we're talking about here could generate up to 30 gigawatts, enough to power 15 million homes.
Correct. So I know that the president says that wind is ugly, and of course, what about the eagles? You know, they kill so many eagles. That beautiful bird, you know, they're beautiful. That's our national bird. A lot of people don't know that. But the deal is, these wind projects, I sit on the board of the New York Water Alliance, and we were working with a company, Equinor, to bring offshore wind to help power New York City, which right now is still using something called peaker plants, which are horrible for the environment and horrible for any people that live around them, okay? So when you look at clean energy, okay, renewable clean energy, those are three different things that they are. We say it like it's the name, but it's not the name. It is the things that they are. They are renewable, which means that they're a sustainable source that we can access over and over again because they are always here. Okay, even if the sun doesn't shine at night, even if the wind doesn't blow down the plain all day long, that's what batteries are for, and that is what other countries are doing, and they're doing it very, very well. And as a result, they are developing battery technology that is going to leave us in the dust.
Yes.
Okay, so that it is renewable, it is clean. That's not a title. It means that if from start to finish, you use this kind of energy, there is no carbon output. And that means that it's a solution to the greatest existential threat that has faced our species, period. And people don't believe that because they don't see the science. But if you actually see the science, which is being suppressed by fossil fuel companies because they have $50 trillion of oil in the ground, and they call that stranded assets. And it's the biggest like fear word in the industry. Do not leave this money in the ground. We got to get the money out of the ground. That's where they are coming from. And then the last thing is energy. It is indeed what we need to power the country. And when you talk about these wind turbines, these big, huge wind turbines, now they sit way out. So it's not like they're really ugly. You see them as little dots on the horizon on a clear day. You can see that they are wind turbines. So true. But some of the giant ones, which we're not even building here, we're not even building those here. But the ones in like the Netherlands that are like so huge, like one turbine powers like a city. Yeah. It's insane. It's insane.
I mean, watch a video about those. They are massive.
It's so exciting. But here's what you have to understand, people. Our government, he went to, let me just back up. Let me say this cleanly so that I can be understood. Donald Trump was running for office. He said to the public, I'm going to get your costs down. You're not going to be paying this much for gas. You're not going to be paying this much for your electric. You're not going to be paying this much at the pump, okay? So, and gas, I mean natural gas. Then he turns right around, holds a dinner with the fossil fuel industry, and tells them, give me $1 billion.
Yep.
And you'll have nothing to worry about. Now, those things sit diametrically opposed to one another. You cannot tell people that you're going to get their costs down and then tell the energy companies that they're going to make a ton of money. The energy companies make a ton of money by restricting the commodity. Gas is a global commodity. Oil is a global commodity. When you restrict it, you drive up the demand. The demand raises the price. They make a crap ton more money, which is what is happening right now.
Yep.
Okay? So what happens is this. What you are seeing, America, is what happens when corruption enters the arena and plays on the field. The people in the stands pay the price for watching the game. Not the guys on the field. They don't ever lose. All the players on the field win. The people watching the game, they lose because corruption cost you. When you have cronyism, when you have the suborning of companies where they're paying off the politicians like we have, we're the ones who pay. So now what's happening? The administration is suppressing renewable fuels, clean energy, and as a result, we are falling behind the rest of the world.
Yeah, it feels like a massive betrayal.
Yeah.
We should be the leader on this, and Donald Trump doesn't want us to.
Yeah, and by the way, I wasn't funny at all during that. Jesus, what the hell is wrong with me?
I warned people that you are actually very intelligent, so they should have been ready for that. But yeah, you're totally right on all your points. Look, I agree, wind turbines are not the most beautiful form of energy, unlike coal power plants, which are beautiful.
Oh, God.
Flow so naturally with the environment.
They're big, they're clean, they're beautiful, beautiful, clean coal.
You know what TYT has always been about? Taking on the corrupt, greedy establishment. For us, it's the corporate media. We've been fighting that fight for over 20 years. For the cell phone industry, it's the same story. A handful of massive corporations ripping you off. That's why we're partnering with Noble Mobile. They're the only wireless company with the same mission as ours, to fight back. Their Noble plan offers unlimited data for just $50 a month. But here's the best part. For any data that you don't use, you get cash back. Real money you can spend however you want. Stop letting your unused data pad the pockets of billionaires. With Noble, you take control over your data. And by switching to Noble, you're directly supporting TYT in our mission of bringing you honest, independent news. So give Noble a try and make the switch today. Scan the QR code on the screen now or visit go.tyt.com/plan. That's go.tyt.com/plan. If you enjoyed that, then make sure that you never miss another video by subscribing. And if you want a little more, consider hitting the join button and becoming a member. So you're probably wondering, why would I do that? Well, when you do that, you get access to bonus content that I make every single week, and it's a lot of fun. You get custom emojis and more. If you join at tier 3, by the way, you even get access to a monthly member hangout with myself. And you'll get all that going forward, but you'll also unlock years of the back catalog that is literally 100 or more bonus clips and top 10 lists and debates and more. So what are you waiting for?